Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
Let's get into it, Mindy, with this early day game here. Say early because it's out here on the West Coast. 12:35 Eastern, 11:35 Mindy, 9:35 Pacific. With Oakland, the powerful bats of the Oakland A's, they exploded last night against the Bucks. I tried to go to the Bucks again on the run line for a premium. What was I thinking? They got hit pretty good, and Caprillion finally won with him starting. So
Right.
here we go. You have Hunter Harris, who has pitched already. We talked about him before because it was going to be a starter. He ended up getting an opener. The same thing could happen today. I imagine he could have an opener. We just don't see that as the case yet. He's listed as a starter. It hasn't been great so far, but he's just a young pitcher with some talent going up against the Pirates and Contreras. Pirates are $1.75. The total 9/25.
I got Harris, so with a 6.97 ERA here overall, but his split's a little bit better. When he's on the road, he has 5 innings pitched, 3.6 ERA, 9 Ks per 9 innings. And then Contreras, he's been a little shaky at home, a 6.3 ERA in 30 innings of work here as well. I think a lot of it, again, comes down to the bullpen. That A's bullpen's not so great. The A's, I think, are hitting okay. They've showed that they could go ahead and do it again yesterday. Pittsburgh, they got really nice splits, especially if it's against some left-handers. They're hitting well over 270. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and go over this total of 9. I think it gets to 10 here today.
Yeah, it's funny too because this total opened 8.5 over 20. Now it's 9/25. So it's going up, and maybe appropriately after we saw what the A's did picking up that big number yesterday in the game. So Contreras, ERA there close to 5 right now. And you mentioned that Oakland bullpen, Mindy. Yeah, not good to say the least. I mean, they are ranked last, obviously.
You can't have a lot of saves if you're not in line for a lot of wins.
I don't doubt that Oakland 1-25 in day games. Tony said. I don't doubt that that's the case. I will check it out, but that is just awful. Other than the fact that I want to take the over with you, how can I not go to the well again with these guys? Pittsburgh, despite what happened last night. Renoir, WNBA, we'll have it at the end. Yeah, Fernando wants the under here, and Mark Lee here today, and he says Pirates on the money line. All right, I'll take the over with you, Mindy. It's good. I have a feeling it's going to go up to 9.5. It's going to be hard to stay off the Pirates again. Especially 1-25. I guess the A's are up, staying late, partying all the time. No wonder that's probably why they're so bad, and not the talent. But I will say this: at $1.75, some of the sendouts were considerably higher. I don't know if they were like, yeah. I saw a 205, and that might have been just an early move. Now, I will tell you this: a little bit of breaking news here. We were just getting the information in within the last 5 minutes on the Oakland A's lineup today. So consider this right now with the price at 175. In fact, I'm showing now some 185s out there, and I mentioned that number 205, maybe because of the fact that I don't want to say because it's Pittsburgh. They've actually been playing well, but Aguilar, Diaz, Kemp, Ruiz, not in the lineup today. 4 Oakland regulars. Now, I know what you're thinking, but think of the alternatives, right? They're going to rest 4 regular starters today in this one between Oakland and Pittsburgh today. So, I know what you're thinking with, Oakland resting players, big deal. Who are they going to put in there? But I think when anybody listens to the names that I just mentioned, and Mindy mentioned Oakland, they can swing the bat just a bit. It's their pitching that is very, very bad. But boy, those are probably their 4 best hitters right there. So probably 4 of their 6 best hitters. But nonetheless, it'll be a rest day for many of the Oakland players in this one. I'll still take the over with you. Many of the pitching is pretty bad, but this price, I would imagine, is going to be on the rise from 175 once that starts to hit the news cycle there a little bit. Okay. A few more. Verley here has the over. Renoir says, is the over 7.5 a safe bet? Ooh, hey, I don't mind taking it down there, but you're going to be laying probably about $2, or I would think on that. Probably even more now.
Yeah, I was going to say like $3.50.
Okay. Mark Lee, first inning over. No, Fernando, I believe Hogan, I'll check it, but no, Hogan's been in there. Mindy already told us as a ERA.
Yeah, I mean, he has a couple of games in.
It's his first start. We were expecting him to start. He ended up with an opener, and probably is just good for if he doesn't get roughed up or anything, about 3 innings. And he has an ERA of about 7. I believe he's pitched 3 games so far. So, all right, Solo, take that Bucks run line again. I want to take the Bucks run line again. I was just what happened yesterday kind of made me mad. Pittsburgh run line, I mean. That's what we said. Yeah, Solo, Pittsburgh run line. All right, Mindy, the Mariners and my Padres. Well, Padres, hey, we went against them yesterday. Anybody who got our morning steam package, we went with the Mariners, of course. We went with the Mariners.
Of course.
And Kirby here against Waka. Waka's minus $1.15. The total 8.5 on 8 under 20.
Yeah, Waka walks too many guys. That's the name of this game here. He gives up almost 4 walks in his outings. It's just been hard if you're, when you're struggling at the plate and your pitcher is allowing runners to get on. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and go back on the Mariners here again tonight. I think Kirby's had a really nice season here thus far as well. 2.34 on the road. And Mariners are 5-1 in their last 6 road games, and Padres are 1-9 in their last 10 during Game 2 of a series.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're really going to do this again, huh, Mindy? I'm so mad at this team right now. This should be the spot for the Padres. Anyway. Well, yeah, Fernando, you're talking about Hogan there. Just because he's 0-0 doesn't, you don't get a decision.
Yeah, that's just no decisions, yeah.
Yeah, you don't get a decision in every game, especially when you come in the second inning. You don't, you're rarely going to get a decision because you could be awarded a decision, but most starters have to pitch a certain number of innings. Technically, official scorers can actually change based on when they have to award the win. They kind of sometimes will pick the one that performed the best. Okay, let's take a look here. Padres for Londo. Blake is on the Padres. Mark on the Mariners here. Fernando, my numbers say Padres. Mindy, I can't do it. I just don't see any confidence from the team right now. Kirby's got that decent ERA of 3. And, one thing the Padres are doing very, very well right now, and I think that it's being overlooked a little bit, their ERA now, number 2 in the league in ERA. And, I mentioned Bob Melvin at the beginning of the season. I said, hey, the Padres have an elite manager now. He's actually under fire at this point. A little bit for what's going on, but he assembled an all-star coaching staff, and he did bring over Nebula from Cleveland to be the pitching coach. That seems to be working out pretty good at this point. Mindy mentioned Waka and his walks, but he still has just a 3.5 ERA, but that bullpen ERA, 3.17. And as someone who follows the Padre, known for their bullpen in previous years, these guys don't. If you looked at their names, they don't. Other than Hader, of course, but if you looked at their names, you don't recognize. But they're doing a great job, and that's another reason why. Other than the fact that the bats are stuck in the ground, that's why they're getting a lot of unders as well. They really the middle innings of Padre games go very quickly. I don't know if you've noticed that. Mark Lee, maybe an under here. And Burley, first 5 on them. I'll go with Mariners with you, Mindy, out of spite at this point. Why not? I mean,
why not?
Paying the bills there with us. So mad. It's almost not even worth getting frustrated over. I will say this, Minnie. I don't know if you ever had this feel, right? I would rather almost, there are plenty of years of Padres with small market teams where they overachieve, even if they don't make the playoffs and they're trying to get to 5. Those teams are more fun rooting for.
They are.
Than teams that are, rooting for guys that are totally underachieving. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. It's excruciating and painful and just, really a tough watch sometimes. But when you have, when you're an underdog, sometimes a little bit more, but you have nothing to lose.
Right.
All right, we're on to another game there with the Mariners today. Like I said, my numbers say this is the spot for the Padres to get it back. It's not a terrible price either. I don't even know if we're getting the best price on the Mariners there. Kind of funny, maybe because Kirby though. That's why the price is what it is. Waka, that 3.5 ERA is not terrible. I know what you're saying about the walks. All right, here's the Tigers and the Phillies in this one. The Wheeler, huge favorite here, 230, 7.5 over 20.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here also. I think, Olsen's pitched pretty well here, but again, he's still basically a rookie. I mean, he had his debut, 3.6 ERA, a lot of strikeouts, 10.8 per 9 innings of work, also keeping guys off the base paths. But he's running up against a Phillies lineup. And for whatever reason, this Phillies lineup, I feel like they're kind of underperforming here a lot as of late. I mean, that 1-0 game yesterday was quite interesting. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and go back under the total. You have one of the worst lineups here with the Tigers running up against Wheeler, who's pretty good. Tigers right now, 3.32, runs per game. Phillies, 4.72. I'm going to go ahead and take the under today.
All right, Mindy, on the under here, Tigers and Phillies. Team came in on the under. That's the way it's been looking here in this one. We'll see with Olsen. Let's see what we got here. Look at these. Look at these. Philly want to welcome our friend here talking about Messi. Yeah, interesting story, certainly. That it broke a little bit. It's being followed up today. It kind of broke yesterday. We kind of maybe saw it coming, but let's take a look here. I just want to point out, look at Fernando, Ron, and Burley here with Phillies run line, Phillies run line, Phillies run line. In this one, Lazzy Love likes the under with us. Mindy, 3 for 3. Let's go with the under. I want to go with the under here. Wish it was still 8, but it's 7.5 juiced on that steam. Wheeler, disappointment maybe, but at home you feel more comfortable, I think, with him. I do anyway. Here, what does RC say? Everyone was on the Philly run line yesterday, and he played it safe and took Phillies on the money line. Okay, Renoir going to go under 9 in this one. Oh, no, that's a wrong game. They're a little behind. Sorry about that. Yeah, because we know this one's – unless he's buying it up, but might have been talking about that first game still. Might be that far behind. Here's Bionic on the Tigers run line here. Yeah, maybe after what we Mark on the Phillies money line. Mondo likes the Tigers. Ron says he does like the under. He'll take the Phillies on that money line and parlay it to the under. Get a little bit better payout there. Phillies money line here for Mark. Yeah, 230. I'd only be comfortable or give out the run line probably like Butterscotch does here. And I don't know what the W is here in this case, but Alan is all about it. Is there a team with a W? Is he talking about the win? I don't know.
Washington, I think, is the only W, right?
Oh yeah, no, could be Washington as we get to the rest of the games. But we're 3 for 3 in our picks here, Mindy. We might have some volume come and look out. All right, is today the day for Jordan Lyles? Could this be the day the Royals can deliver a victory? Gerardo, in my book, he's 0-12. It doesn't mean he's lost every game on his record, but we know, Mindy, I just want to say it until it ends. That they've lost every start Lyles has made so far this season. And Cabrera here, a favorite, 175, 8.5 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, you got this automatic loss here for the Kansas City Royals. I'm going to go ahead and take the Marlins on the run line. I'll lay that -1.5, and I'm getting plus money for that. I'll take it.
Really? It's plus money?
I have it at plus 117.
Oh my gosh, I guess I'll do it too. Yeah. We're probably going to get at least plus maybe 110 or so. Yeah, I mean, Cabrera and look, I guess just what is it? Lyles just goes out there. When do you give up on it? I mean, I know you're the Royals, so you don't.
Like Manoa?
Well, he's getting paid. You got a guy who go throw out there a bunch of innings, but he's got a ERA over 6.5. Do you ever just leave? When do you call up other players? Anyways, I don't know. So let's take 4 for 4. We might just agree on every game. Look at everyone loves this game, man. Everyone loves. Oh, the W. God, the W.
NBA.
Why didn't we get that?
I don't know why. We're a little slow. It's early.
Plus,
it's Wednesday. W for Wednesday.
Just because we were, and it was Alan. We should have known. Lazzy Love likes the Marlins. Bionic likes Marlins run line. Cabrera to get this victory. Get him early. Fernando on the under here. That's probably the way I would look. I'm not sure yet. And Marlins here for Fernando, and we'll take it. Marlins run line plus money.
Let's do it.
Mindy knows her Royals. So Howard wants Miami. Butterscotch will lay it, and Damian Betts will take the Miami Marlins. All right, let's move on before anybody else wants to comment on the big game there. All right. The Twins and the Rays. In this one, you have Lopez going against Armstrong. Now, this is a new name. I think he's actually been in there for a game, however. Maybe Mindy can set us straight on this. Maybe it was just a short stint. Maybe it's a couple of I might even look it up if you don't have it. But they are favored. Tampa Bay is favored here at -$1, down to $1.25. So, I don't know. Maybe the books are seeing Pablo Lopez. They're not familiar with Armstrong. So, maybe some action on Minnesota here. Armstrong -$1.25 right now, 8.5 under 20. So a big move to the under here. Steam came in on the under.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was looking, only because I have a little bit of unfamiliarity here with Armstrong on the season. I don't have any stats for him, no road splits here for his home play, but I do have what he's done historically versus the Twins, right? So with that, He has a 22% K rate, allows a 345 batting average, and a 407 slugging. So those are decent numbers, right? Especially versus a Twins team that kind of struggles to score runs. They showed that again yesterday. The bullpen for the Twins is pretty good. I think we could keep this one a low score. So yeah, I like that under 8.5 here in this one.
Yeah, that 3.5 ERA for the Minnesota bullpen. I don't mind that, certainly. So, look, it's juiced down to the under. It's easy to see why. I mean, I guess we're just going to agree on every game. That'll make my life easy because I just have to ride with a hot handicapper like Mindy. I want the under for sure in this game with Minnesota and Miami.
Probably squirrels.
Okay. Well, they sound like dogs.
Right. Anyway, maybe it's more than squirrels. The big dog's after it now.
Yeah, just the one appearance for Armstrong. He's not a kid. He's 32 years old, but drafted in 2011. How about that, Mindy? For someone who has had a lot of games in his career with Cleveland. Trying to think of some of the other teams, but can't right now. He's been on several teams, but just one game so far this season. Anybody else can help me? I don't remember all the teams this guy's been on. He's been, just a journeyman, really, with just a handful. I don't even know how many games. He hasn't started very many games in his career. I mean, he's just an opener here for the Rays anyways, but he's always been a, middle innings guy, I'm pretty sure. Tampa Bay all day, says RC. Try the Twins today, says Verley. I think the public, looks the moves on the Twins. No doubt about it. I want to mention this real quick.
Sure.
We want to go back to that Oakland game, and the move is coming in on Oakland. Look, one thing they always say is like the sharps just play the number. So I don't know. I mean, what I told you about the lineup is correct. They are sitting players, but the line is moving in favor of Oakland. Maybe that could indicate the Pirates. I haven't seen the information for the Pirates yet. Maybe they're sitting players too, and now the move's coming in. But anyway, you're going to get a great price if you like the Pirates here today. Here's Howard says Tampa Bay, sprinkle the money line. Fernando over. Hello to Ralph Wright today. He likes the Twins here. Bionic on the money line with the Rays. Butterscotch, Minnesota money lines. We're definitely seeing a mix here in this one. Interest, right, going against these mighty Tampa Bay Rays. Could today be the day? I don't know. I mean, I'm almost ready to.
That lineup is tough.
Well, yeah, that offense is great, and we'll see. All right. Do you have a pit bull, Mindy?
No, they live next door. There's 3 pit bulls next door, and so the dogs chase each other up and down the fence.
Okay, that's what.
But no, I don't have any pit bulls. But I stay away from the ones next door, though.
Over 8.5.
I just feed them a little milk bone through the fence as I see their teeth.
Big Lucci, National League totals went over by 5 runs. So here, Mindy, it's been several weeks since I got into all those little details about the pitch clock, the runs, how it's going.
Yeah.
Games are about 20 to 20. It's been a few days since I looked at it, and I forgot to mention it on the show. Oh, maybe because we weren't on the show yesterday. So, of course, games are, reduced in time by over 20 minutes. But on average, this year compared to last, half a run higher than last year. That's a lot. Okay. That's big. And I think we see that by some of the totals, and I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment. So
just a moment. Well, yesterday there were some big ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, and one just stands out today big time. Howard was on Oakland last night. Good job, Howard. Ron says can't fade the Rays, and that's kind of what I feel there too. Is that the price is going to be right now on the Rays possibly here. All right. Every game we've agreed on so far, we're obviously going to just knock it out of the park. Here's the Diamondbacks and the Nationals with Davies and Corbin. On the road, the Diamondbacks are favored here. Look, they're playing awesome. I mean, they have been the fastest rising team of anybody here. But the Nationals did a pretty nice they played well yesterday, let's just say. Diamondbacks, $1 down to $1.20. Looks like the action's coming in on Washington a little bit. 120, 9.5 over 20.
Well, I'm going to go under today in this one. Also, when Ramon starts talking about all of these runs being scored. But Corbin, he has a better split at home than he does overall, giving up like rarely a home run. Keeps guys off base as well. So Corbin's numbers look pretty good in his 40 innings of work. Zach Davies, 1.8 ERA here on the road, 5 innings pitched there. But yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good. He holds his opponents to a .295 slugging, so doesn't get hit real hard. So I'm looking for this one to go under, especially with the Nationals putting up 3.7 runs of offense per game.
Yeah, why is Davies so good on the road and he's not at home? But
I don't
know. But still, he does have, both these starters. We kind of compliment Corbin a lot. He's still got a 5 ERA too. So, and the Nats bullpen hasn't, I think we got Arizona almost a full run better in the bullpen than the Nats. But I don't know. Yesterday's game got a little loose. I'm going to come in here on the Nationals today. Take them on the run line. That's what I'll do. I know I'm going to lay some juice here with that. Oh, minus $1.50. All right, I'll still do it here on the show. I'll take Nationals plus a run and a half, minus 150. Nationals first 5 for Fernando. And Robert, so hello to Robert Major. We'll be with you at the end of the show, Robert, but thank you for your WNBA action there. Rodney says he likes the Nationals and the under here. Going with you on that one. Going with both of us, actually. Butterscotch will be on the over here, and so will Renoir. Verley says Nationals money line. Takia will be on the under with you. Yeah, Nationals pitching. It's pretty bad. All right. Well, we can't agree on them all. We could.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, well, we can.
The White Sox on the road here to take on the Yankees. Lance Lynn, huge disappointment. Statistically, one of the worst guys on the menu today here. He'll be going up against Vasquez. We don't know too much here, but he has made one start. And the Yankees here are going to be favored minus $1.30, even minus $1.35 now. This total has totally reversed direction. Steam came in on the under, and now what was 9 over 15 just a couple of hours ago when I typed these in is now 9 under 25. Big move to the under here, it looks like.
Wow. Okay, well, I mean, I want to go over, so I think that helps me out a little bit. I'll get the better number here in this one because we talked about Lance Lynn. He has struggled, to say the least. 5.51 ERA. He's also a guy now that walks 4 guys a game. And then if I look at Vasquez here, take a look at his walks. 5.8 walks per 9 innings. That's also a bunch. So today, I mean, or like kind of what we saw yesterday, the White Sox were able to put some runs up. I think the Yankees can do this again here on Lynn. So I'm going to go ahead and take the over.
Well, so is Justin. Butterscotch on the Yankees money line. Ron's on the run line. Fernando's got a prop. And, that Steam came in on the problem that I have not joining you on this, Mindy, is that, these Yankees, they seem to go under at home quite frequently. Granted, I mean, Lynn's got an ERA over 6.
And the bad toe.
The Yankees are a full 2 runs better in the bullpen. The Yankees #1 bullpen in the majors. That's another reason why they go get those unders, man. They really shut you down late. 2.82 ERA as a team out of the bullpen. So I'm going to take the Yankees here. I think we're looking at a very nice price. I mean, I'm getting the New York Yankees at minus $1.30, even $1.35. Get it while it's hot. It's definitely on the rise here a little bit, it looks like to me. Bionic on the Yankees run line. Renoir on the Yankees. Ron says Vasquez gets the win. Damian going under here against you a little bit. And Verley on the Yankees. All right. I'm on the Yankees. Mindy is on the over. Londo likes the Yankees as well. All right, Mindy. This one's interesting, right? No one wants to believe in Bassett. It's all the fluke. The odds makers obviously aren't swayed. I mean, come on. Now, granted, the Blue Jays did get the win yesterday. I did have a premium on them, but still, the Astros, I don't know. Okay, they lost. They're still one of the hottest teams by far in the league, despite that setback. But they do start Blanco here. They did win that first start with Blanco, but Bassett has been very good. Numbers solid. Still $1.50 here for Toronto, 9 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, Blanco, they may have gotten the win in that one, but that ERA is pretty steep here. If I take a look at what he has done, 11.25 ERA here on the road for him, but 4.15 overall. Bassett, on the other hand, 2.16 here in his splits. I like what you said, how Bassett has played. His K rate has jumped up by nearly 2 strikeouts a game, especially when he is at home. I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays here again today, Ramon. I like it. They're averaging 4.23 runs per game. The Astros 4.86. These bullpens are pretty evenly matched as well. So I like the Blue Jays today. Bigger bats, bigger firepower here today. Better pitcher.
Yeah, they definitely have the better bats. Houston's they're winning. We know they're great. We know they're great too. Bionics on the Blue Jays in this one, and so is Fernando. And he's also on the under. Butterscotch on Toronto. Hello, Latifah's here. Mm-hmm. All hail the Queen. And Rodney saying looks like the action's coming in on the under in this one. Yeah, the steam came in here definitely on the under. Still 9 over 15. And let's see what else. Just Justin, first 5 under. Butterscotch. Oh, what did he? Renoir, Blue Jays here. Londo on Toronto. This is definitely going to be a mixed bag here. I saw Butterscotch. I said Butterscotch. I saw those. Is that supposed to be? I don't know. Is that supposed to be Latifah? No, it's a 3.
Queen, yes.
Oh, okay.
Queen, yes, Latifah.
The 3 heads there.
Yeah,
okay.
Queen.
Got it. All right. The consensus is starting to go away a little bit, but that's okay. Mindy's going to be on the Blue Jays here. I'll take the over in this one. Gonna buck that steam a little bit here. Make sure that's what I've got marked down here on my yes. Over for me, Astros and Blue Jays. Great. It's the most action I've had this year. All right. Here's the Okay, so here's what I'm talking about, Mindy. Remember we talked about the tectonic plates.
Yes.
That strategy, that when nobody
right over like Palm Springs.
Yeah. Well, I meant between Denver and Cincinnati, because look at this total, and look, it's not going down. I mean, this thing's going to get to 11.5. It feels like Dodgers favored on the road, $1.60, 11 over 20. It's got to be the highest total in the history of this park, though. Even though we've seen tens here at this Great American Ballpark, even 10.5s, as it went to yesterday. I do believe it went to 10.5, but now we're at 11 after all those runs were scored. These teams are going over massive right now. You got Syndergaard, barely a shell of himself right now. And even the Dodgers bullpen, not very Dodger-like. I think that's where, when Tony talked about the Dodgers kind of skimping on their payroll, maybe that's where they're hurting a little bit. That bullpen ERA, 4.77. So, anyways, you do have the Dodgers still going to be favored here, $1.60 total, 11 over 20.
Yeah, who would have thunk the Dodgers bullpen would have given up 119 earned runs compared to a Reds bullpen giving up only 104. I mean, like you said, that's so un-Dodger-like. And then Syndergaard is just, like you said, not been good. 9.9 ERA on the road. I'm going to go ahead and look to the Reds here. I'm going to take them on the run line. They have won 6 of their last 10. They're playing pretty well offensively. Again, scoring some runs, came back on the Dodgers there last night. And it's just, I think, a deal with Syndergaard. If there was any other Dodger pitcher today, I don't think I'd be going this way. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Reds on the run line.
Yeah, we were still able to get it done. That was one of our premium picks yesterday, the Dodgers. But, yeah, they squandered basically that whole big lead early on. The Reds came storming back in the game to get right back in it, and the Dodgers were able to get the run line win. But, man, a lot of comments on this game. I think just maybe is it because of the total, the situation. It's a Dodger game. I know. Let's take a look and see what everybody's doing. Here's a Dodgers on the money line. Here's an over for, but he's not afraid of this 11. I'm not either. I'm going over as my play here on the show. I kind of want to save it for a premium, but I just don't know if I can do the Reds here, even after just because of last night the Dodgers were still able to pounce on him again and regain that advantage. Here's Big Lucci says right there. Look, he says 9-1 last 10 versus Cincinnati. Londo likes the Reds. Fernando's willing to go over here. And Butterscotch says it's like this college. Is this a college World Series or college regionals going on 9-8? Takia on the over. Justin says over the moon. Alice with these 2 starters. And Rodney says it's going to be close. Why not take the Reds on the money line, on the run line here at even money? Yeah, probably going to have to lay $1.10 at the square shops, but Verley says Dodgers over. Are they in a slump? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's for them, but they're just not the same team is what it feels like to me. But I don't know. They still went off and went on a massive, run. Still got a great record, huh? What is wrong with Noah? Anyways, Bionic on the Reds. He's just probably over, You wonder if, well, I don't want to say what his future holds. Dodgers bullpen, 4. Yeah, I mentioned that ERA, right? Here's a prop from Fernando. Will Horton joining us. Have we had Will here? Welcome, Will. Reds money line and over. Damian Betts over. And Rodney, interesting. There wasn't a lot of talk about De La Cruz. I thought yesterday by a lot of the talking heads is the number 6 prospect in the major league, or number 4 prospect actually in the major leagues, made his debut, but they were excited about it. And that, it was a big crowd. It was a nice crowd. Where the Dodgers were in town, so it was already a good crowd there. Ron Hahn, Dodgers run line here. I don't know. I'd like to find a way on the Dodgers. I don't know if I can give it out either way as a premium on the run line or the money line. So I'll just stick with the over here. Mindy's on the Reds. All right. Red Sox, Guardians, Cutter Crawford, Tanner Bybee here. The Guardians have been taking a little bit of the action, certainly. Maybe they are a public team here in this one today. I'm showing them up to $1.25, open as low as maybe $1.15 or so. And the total is 825. This total's the steam came in on the under here, and I thought I saw a 7.5, but right now it looks like. Well, I'll let you handle it, Mindy, and I'll check the odds board.
Yeah, I think what we had talked about is this pitcher here for the Guardians, Tanner Bybee. He's, I think, done well earning a spot here on this rotation. 3 quality starts. We know that he kind of had that one bad 5th inning last game. Other than that, he's been right on. A really, really effective guy. He's been increasing his strikeouts every game. Now he kind of faces a Red Sox team that's kind of hit a little bit of a rough patch, perhaps. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and take the Guardians today on the money line.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Guardians here. I'm big on Bybee so far, and Crawford, just the 3 starts so far, hasn't been they've been okay. Hasn't got a lot of run support. So, yeah, Tyler, stick around. Good to have you here. We'll have WNBA action. I would imagine Mindy and we seem to agree all the time in the W. So
that W. All right, we got it now. Hopefully, we'll remember.
And Londo likes the under here. And Fernando's on the Guardians with us. Hello to Darren today.
Hello.
Great to have everyone here. 80 people, our 80 friends joining us. And we need you. Hey, just thank you to everybody. Also to I want to thank everyone who watches on delay. I certainly noticed. I don't know, nobody notices, but I look at the count of how many people view our show, and just this episode. Mindy, I mentioned these 7. We had a couple of 700 views recently, so it was more than one. So thank you to everybody there, and also the ones that get chopped up. I mean, pretty much makes it very close to, by the time they watch the baseball only, almost 1,000 views a day on our best days. So thanks everybody so much. Okay, here's Burley's going to come with the Guardians right now. And Bionic's laughing because he tried to say Bibby and it auto-corrected into Bible.
Bible.
And a Bible. Bybee, I got to keep saying it right. Butterscotch on Cleveland. I will go on Cleveland.
And, for a consensus play.
I want to correct this from Fernando. I need to flash this on the screen in the middle of our base. Well, no, I'll just say it. But Mindy was on the Nuggets. Fernando, let's make that clear that just Mindy was on the Nuggets.
Make it clear when Mindy gets crushed.
No, well, I don't want it just because I might look. I just have to make that clear there on that. Well, because if I did go with a premium, for example, on the other team, I wouldn't want anybody to come back and say, "Oh, on the show, Fernando said that he was on Denver and then he wasn't." So, not sure I'll be on a premium yet. It's only the NBA Finals. All right. Cleveland here. And Fernando he's asking about the under in this. I mean, how could you not? I don't know, Mindy, if your handicap hinted, but I mean, God, all these Guardian games. Did I say Indians? I didn't mean to say that. I apologize to the Native American community. Thanks, Fernando. Thank you. I see what you're saying now. All right, smash and like, says Latifa. Justin says Red Sox team total under. And all right, I think that takes care of it. Oh, here's Fernando with a total over in this one. I don't know. Seems like all these Guardian games go under every single one. And I've had to move the total there as we were talking about it because it went down to 7.5. So I kind of like the under, but how am I going to do it now? All right. We're on the Guardians. We got a consensus there. Not with the chat, it looks like. There were some Red Sox there. Maybe both. Looks like a majority of them, though, on Guardians for sure. Okay, the Mets and Scherzer, the Braves and Morton. Braves are going to be favored here with Charlie Morton. I don't know. I mean, yes, they're the Braves. Max has still been just fine. You know, he's had some rough ones, but most of them have been solid starts. This should be a closely rated game. It is. What do you say, Mindy?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of it's going to come down to Morton, like you said. He's 1-3, 4.13 over his last couple. But if I take a look at his splits, he is pretty good at home, 4.13. Again, he's the one that he has to lay off the walks a little bit, but doesn't give up the long ball. So that's one of those that's pretty good. Scherzer, like you said, he's been, pretty impressive. But again, I just think that this might come down to a Braves offense to me that's better and a Braves bullpen that's better. I'm going to go with Braves. I'm going to go with Morton today. That Braves bullpen sitting at 3.8. Mets 4.13. The big advantage here is the strikeouts out of that bullpen for the Braves. That's how I'm going in this one.
All right, Mindy, with Morton here and the Braves. Let's take a look at what the chat has to say, because this seems like a pretty good game here in this one. Luis is on the Mets. Here's Butterscotch, wants to take the Mets today. Fernando on the Mets. Interesting. A lot of Mets support here. Ron, though, on Atlanta. RC will fade the Mets and take Atlanta. Londo like the Braves. So what started out 3-0 Mets has now come back to 3-3 with the chat. Fernando wants to go over here. I'm tempted to do so as well, despite the fact. And Fernando says he'll go over 9.5 here. And I think we might even get to, and crazy when you think about, right? I mean, Scherzer and Morton, I mean, these are two good starters. I like the over, though. In this one, that's the way I'm going to go. The steam came in on the over. You do see a lot of overs with these two. Atlanta at home anyway. Mets on the road. Here's Brett. Hey, Brett. He's got our pitcher props coming in. Bionic will go under here. And Verley going to go with you here on the Braves, Mindy. The Orioles and the Brewers. Well, the Brewers were able to get the win in a good game yesterday. Low scoring, a little bit back and forth. We lead, you lead. And the Brewers ended up winning it. We had a premium on the under in this game. Final score was, I believe, 4-3. So today, though, the Brewers are going to be favored here with Corbin Burns. It opened 135, showing right now 140. So maybe it went up to close to 145, but has been brought back down a little bit here. Still have a great team in the Orioles. Brewers pretty good too, obviously underachieving, but good matchup.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to that the Brewers have been struggling here at the plate. Kremer, he's been really, really solid here as of late. And again, Burns is the one that has the lesser, or I guess the higher ERA in this one, the lesser pitcher statistically, 1.35 whip, but has that 4.05 ERA, has given up 1.6 home runs per 9. And again, 4.1 walks per 9 for Corbin Burns. And again, it's one of those that Baltimore has that second best winning percentage right behind Tampa Bay. And then also I was watching the Cubs and the Angels last night, and they brought up the graphic with the most come from behind wins. Well, that would be Baltimore, even though they let one go in extras last night. And surprisingly, the Angels is top 5 for comeback wins. So today I'm going to go ahead and go back on the Orioles here today.
Yeah, I mean, the Orioles are the best road team mentioned there by Will. He says an auto pick for the Orioles on the road. It's hard for anybody. It's hard to lay off this ball. Man, look, Baltimore is just almost nearly unanimous with the I think they are.
Yeah.
I think they are. But, Corbin Burns, we were quick to jump on Corbin Burns a little bit. He's kind of gotten it back a little bit of late. I will say that, Mindy. I do feel strongly about that. Fernando on the over here. So Burns 4.5 ERA over his last 4 starts, which is against kind of what I'm saying, but to me, the eye test more. Here's Latifa on the over. Londo likes the Orioles. Bionic on the Orioles. Butterscotch Orioles. Everybody Orioles. Oops. Baltimore for RC. I feel bad that I'm not. Feel bad that I'm not agreeing. That I'm not necessarily. I'm not sure. Latifa says consensus play. Let's do it. I don't know. Baltimore got the win yesterday. Man, I'm just not gonna be doing it. Big Lucci says Burns is struggling. I don't know. I mean, look, I agree. I mean, he's got the 4.5 ERA, but to me, look, he's still got a 3.75 ERA overall. He is at home here. Justin said under. Renoir, a double stuff or thin. The thin. I like those with the thin cookie.
Oh, see, I take definitely double stuff.
Oh, really? See, of course, when I was a kid, I wanted only double stuff, but I've matured and I just go.
So you get the thin, like the 10-calorie cookie, something like that.
Yeah.
Thin Oreos, thin crust pepperoni pizza. There you go. I did had to order me some Domino's there, on Monday or so because it was buy one get one free or 50% off basically. So I had to pick some up.
Zordon says get the double. Yeah, well, I liked the double stuff when I was a kid when I didn't eat the cookie. I just eat the frosting. Okay. All right, Mindy. Yeah, look, everyone's on it. I probably should default there, and I think is Latifa saying come on with the cookies or come on with the Baltimore, because I just am not gonna be on Baltimore here with you guys here in this one. Everyone's on with Baltimore, man. Roll with the fam. I should, and look, if anything, I mean, it's actually pretty. Look, you guys are getting a great dog price, right? Brewers, they're still favored in this game, and for the Orioles, as great as their record is, they are only about 4.5 games. They're not in the same, league even, but I'm just saying the Orioles 37-23. Milwaukee, they've kind of gotten it together right of late. They're 33-28 overall. They've won 5 of their last 7. They're 17-12 at home. This is still the Brewers, a Brewers team that had a mediocre start considering their expectations were high. So I think that's where I'm coming from in this one here. So I'll look to go under in this one with the Orioles and the Brewers once again. Sorry to belabor that one a little bit. I just see you guys all on Baltimore, and I have to respect what you guys are saying. Please hold it against me tomorrow when that one comes home. So Cardinals and Rangers here. It's got to feel rough for the Cardinals to get off to a lead. Rangers eventually, just kind of go right past them. Mindy, the Rangers took it again. Minus $1.40 here. That's gone down. A little bit on the Cardinals, maybe. The total, though, here, let me make sure. Yeah, that's just wrong. That's a typo. It was never 8 under 20 at all. Right now, the total's basically 9 flat and maybe touched 9.5, but it never was an 8. So let me just correct it here. Right now, Rangers 140, total 9.
Yeah, I mean, Flaherty might be the better pitcher here in this matchup today. So it's one of those that if the price was better, I would take the Cardinals on the run line today, but it's not. It's sitting at like minus 170. And that's something that I can't do to back the Cardinals with something like that. So I'm definitely going to come back on the Rangers. I think they get the win. I'm not sure if they're going to win this one by 3 or 4 runs here, but Gray has won the last 5 of 6 of his pitching starts. So I am going to go ahead and go on the Rangers, but I kind of still feel like this one might be a little bit closer game than usual.
Yeah, I'm going to call you out a little. Maybe you could elaborate for me on Flaherty. I mean, yes, you just mean Gray has
how about splits? That's what I'm looking at, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, I probably need to be more specific. So Jack Flaherty, he has 38 innings pitched here on the road. He's 3.52 ERA, no home runs on the road, 8 Ks per 9 innings. According to John Gray, he has 1.6 home runs at home, 3.1 ERA, and then only 6 Ks per 9 innings. So that's where I was going with that. I was looking at the splits.
Flaherty's turned it around dramatically, for sure. I mean, look, just ignore that 4.5 ERA. I mean, he's got a ERA under 2 in his last 4 starts. It looks like the Flaherty that people were expecting, right? I mean, much better than that slow start. But Gray 0.79 ERA in his last 5 starts. He's the best Gray all of a sudden. Between these Grays, they're all decent. Even Josiah's been okay, and we know Sonny's been good. But John's the hotter Gray right now. Texas 26-9 in their last 35 games, 21-8 at home. Poor Cardinals, they can't get it together. Even where they had a good start to the game, they lose. JD talking about Jacob deGrom. That was the big news yesterday. Yeah, it sucks because we're not. You hate to say that, but you don't want to think that there were damaged goods already. I mean, deGrom had some issues. Right. Fernando likes the over here in this one. It feels like an under. Here's Butterscotch. We're on Texas. You can mark it. You can get your pen ready for the next game, Mindy. I'm on the
done. Rangers money done
with you here. And Latifah on Texas. And let's see here. All right. And Will says he's got this one. Rangers 5-3, it sounds like. Leroy coming to us from from Arlington or from the Metroplex area there, it sounds like. Ranger, they're hot there. You could say that again, right? Under first 5 maybe here. And let's see, what did yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Fernando, I'm not going the Cardinals. No. Yeah, Rodney, boy. Well, that was just it. And I saw, Tony was making fun of it yesterday because it seemed like every handicapper in the world was on the Rangers too, but certainly came through. Yeah. All right, we're on them.
All right. Let's do it.
On the Rangers.
What's this play? Number 7.
Latifah's. I think she did mention that she has triplets before, actually. All right, let's do it. We're on the Rangers here. Let's go. We're almost through it here we got to get to the W. Giants and Rockies, boy. Here's the Giants, a huge favorite on the road. Is there that big of a difference? Well, Logan Webb, I mean, we know he's outstanding. $2 favorite. And the total is 11, under 15. Connor Siebold, he's got some Colorado-like numbers, let's just say.
Colorado-like numbers. I like how you put that. 5.4 ERA here at home. Been struggling. And then Logan Webb, he's been pretty great. And the Giants have been suddenly pretty good on the road, 6-2 in their last 8 road games. Ooh. So, yeah, I'm going to go on the Giants today. I guess I have to take them on the run line.
Well, you don't have to, but it makes
I don't have to. But 210's a little bit steep to pay.
Well, that's just it. I mean,
I'm out there, giving it to the free world. Otherwise, yeah, I'd take the Giants at $2. I feel real good about that.
Yeah, I'm the type that, yes, I'll do sometimes. Even I'll do a money line parlay and put in these, but I don't want to do it as singles. Why would you do it if the price is 210? I've changed long ago to always wanting to lay it, when before sometimes I would say, I don't want to, I'll just lay this money line. But that makes no sense because, they're expected to win by a margin. And while it may look like a free ticket, are you ever really getting a good value on something like that? Anyways, let's take a look and see here, because I saw looks like Will wants San Francisco money line. I can't, but he's also might be top. Leroy's on the Giants here in this one, and so is Luis. We'll do it. I'll do it with you. Butterscotch on it as well. Fernando wants to go over, but Solo will go under. RC, I was on the over in that one. Bionic on the Giants here. Big Lucci can't find a pitcher that he likes, I don't think. Latifa on San Francisco. Londo will take the run line as well. I'll take the run line as well. Webb, 1.73 in his last 6 starts, and Siebold 8 ERA in his last 4 starts. So let's take the Giants and get another consensus play here. We've got to have 7 or 8 at this point.
8.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be more than half the card. Let's see if we can make it 60% of the card. And here's the Cubs and the Angels in the nightcap. Mindy in this one. Some actions come in a little bit on the Cubs, but the Angels are $1.35 with Berea. Hey, let's hope this is what we get from Berea, because so far so good. And the total here has gone up, it looks like, to 9.5, under -125. So I'm sure you get some 9s still if you're interested, depending on which way you're looking. But I'm showing the line's definitely gone up as far as this total is concerned.
Yeah, the Cubs relievers totally gave that game away yesterday. Up 4-0 early on, and then came in, boom, gave up 4 right away. Of course, defense didn't help. There's a couple errors in there and such too.
And we had the over, by the way, on our premium Tuesday consensus.
There we go, right? So, yeah, I mean, we all might want some Jameson after this Cubs game here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and go on the Angels. I think it's a pretty decent price for him today, -137 or so, 135.
I do too, Mindy. Let's take it. We got 9 games we agree on here. Berea, real sharp in those 2 games so far. And Tyone's been one of the worst money burners in the league. The Cubs 1-8 in his 9 starts so far this season. Cubs have won just 3 of their last 12 on the road. Bad numbers for Tyone. Something's wrong with him, obviously, here as far as finding it, because ERA close to 7, as you mentioned. And the Angels, I got to think a decent price. All right, 9 games. Oh, boy. we're on it. Hope you guys are on it too. Let's take a look at what the chat said about this one, because I know I did see plenty of opinions on the Angels here, although I did see a Cub. And here's Fernando on the Angels, Solo on the Angels. Fernando will take him on the run line as well. And he'll also go under. Butterscotch is on the Angels here, as is Luis. Wreck-It Ralph on the under. Here's doubles. Hey, he's on his home team here. Big Lucci's got his all ERA team going. And yeah, give the Cubs a little bit of credit. I think that's really bizarre to me, though, Mindy, that you see. And again, I talked about the runs, the increase in runs. How many times West Coast games, even American League, when they were the only with the DH, that West Coast games would have a 9.5 total, a 9 total. Not very often, even in Anaheim. No, all right. And that looks like it could be. Here's Bionic on the Angels, 5-star pick for Big Lucci. Darren on the Angels and RC on the Angels. All right, that's baseball for today.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab, where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.